Transworld Sport has been following Felix's progress for well over a decade. Back in 2003, when she was just 18, we caught up with the new star of track and field in her native Los Angeles. At the time, Allyson had recently turned professional and was juggling life as an athlete with studying for a degree in elementary education at the University of Southern California. In 2011, we returned to LA and encountered an athlete at the top of her game. At the age of 25, Allyson already had 3 200 metres world titles to her name and was looking forward to the challenge of pursuing that elusive Olympic gold in London. Ahead of this year's Rio Games, we met up with Allyson once again to reflect on her career to date and discuss what lies ahead for one of athletics' all-time greats. Allyson's day-to-day training takes place at UCLA's Drake Stadium, where she works out under the watchful eye of longtime coach Bobby Kersey. Although he's well into his 60s, Kersey hasn't mellowed with age and remains a tough taskmaster.
Bobby is Bobby. He'll always be that character. You know, he is super encouraging. He is so supportive, has so much wisdom and experience, but he also is no games when it comes to training. You know, he expects excellence when you step on his track. You know, he demands a lot of you. And to me, that just makes a great partnership because I trust him and trust that he can get out of me what he sees. You know, I think he's able to see a lot, and I know that it's going to be a lot of hard work, but I'm up for it.
Allyson's brother Wes was also a gifted athlete, having been 200 metres collegiate champion at USC. In 2009, he set up the Evolve agency and started managing his sister's affairs.
Most of the build-up to a major championship, I'm her manager, not her brother. And so from that side, there's the logistics of, you know, having one of the greatest athletes in track and field history, trying to figure out how they are able to be at their best and really accomplish everything that they're meant to accomplish, that they set out to accomplish. But then there's a moment where it all switches and I become her brother. And that part of it is way harder than being her manager. The nerves of being in the stadium and knowing how hard she's worked for it, the disappointment that'll come if she doesn't win. I think that's the really hard part, is putting on the brother hat, not the manager hat.
I think I love to go fast. You know, I'm a sprinter. I've always, you know, loved the 100, loved the 200, and really love that technique of it. And the 400 is such a strategy race. You know, it's a race you have to be patient, you have to trust your fitness, your endurance, and it's just a completely different beast. And so I think that, you know, I love the challenge of it. I love to see if I can put it all together, but it's not like the sprints at all for me.
In January, the International Association of Athletics Federations amended the Rio Games schedule so that Felix would be able to compete in both the 200 and 400 metres. The most decorated female athlete in IAAF history is aware of the task that awaits if she's to repeat her 400 metres victory in Beijing and then defend her 200 metres Olympic title against the likes of Daphne Skippers and Elaine Thompson, who took gold and silver at last year's World Championships.
It's going to be really difficult. You know, those girls are going to be well rested after the 100, coming into the 200, and something that, you know, I can just prepare the best I can for. And I'm excited to get to, you know, hopefully have an opportunity to race in the 200 to defend my title. And yeah, I think the biggest thing is just kind of being excited for the opportunity if everything aligns.
After winning 3 golds at London 2012, Felix was named IAAF Female Athlete of the Year. Her overall profile increased dramatically, and as a result, she's constantly juggling the demands on her time from media and sponsors.
It is a challenge. We're fortunate that Allyson has really great partners, and so they try to make it as easy as possible, and you know, their goal is her winning too, but they need what they need, and so we just work really hard to find ways to not compromise her training in any way. The running, the training, that's always priority number one, and we're fortunate to have sponsors who agree with us on that.
Growing up, Allyson's role model had been Marion Jones, the former Olympic champion who was stripped of her medals and jailed for perjury relating to her use of performance-enhancing drugs. Felix was devastated by the revelations, and as an athlete who has always taken a strong anti-doping stance, she's perplexed by the ongoing scandals that are undermining her sport.
As a clean athlete, I can say that it is very frustrating. You're working so hard, and there's definitely people who are cheating the system, and it's time and time again. And so after a while, yeah, definitely, it's hard to deal with. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like strict rules. You have to hit hard at people so that they will know. And I'm all for educating young people so that they know that there is a different road to go down, and they don't have to, have these doping issues.
Since we last filmed with her in 2011, Allyson has moved from her old apartment to a much larger property in LA. It's meant that she's been able to add to her considerable collection of basketball shoes.
Basketball was huge in my childhood, and loved Michael Jordan, and loved playing basketball growing up, and having an older brother, Wes. We just really got into sneakers growing up, but of course we couldn't get them when we were younger. We would get maybe one pair of shoes for a school year, and we would save up all our school money and get a pair of shoes. So when I got older, to be able to collect all those shoes that I wanted growing up just became something fun for me.
And another indulgence came to light whilst we were Chez Felix. This slender super athlete who possesses barely an ounce of body fat has a weakness for donuts. Maybe that's why friends and family call her Shug.
Yes, definitely a splurge that I love, powdered sugar donuts. Something that I really enjoy eating, but it's not the best for me. You want to win, that's what being successful is. I think that at this point in my career, I can definitely embrace the journey. I can definitely feel different going into this game than other ones. I can appreciate the process more, and so I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely having fun with just preparing. So to me, that's going to be success in itself, just trying to get there. But of course, the end goal is to win every event that I would be able to make it in.